Well, hello, everybody. Welcome. It's another Sunday, so we got ourselves our community spotlight stream. And as you can see, I'm playing around with these new chromas, finding different uses for them. Got myself a Dr. Fate going on here. Nothing too crazy, but I do like the glossiness. Make sure my playback isn't going on in the background. And it looks like we have quite a few people here today, so we're just gonna kind of roll on through as I look at chat. And it looks like we're gonna have ourselves a really big, interesting Tuesday. It looks like we're gonna have plenty of things to do with the newest content, and then some. Looks like we're gonna get some new content added, Elite Plus, a new mission, a bounty boss, new drops, new items on the vendors, and it's not going to be double marks but triple marks, and it's going to be double renown for all of y'all that still don't have full renown. This is your opportunity to get it. So I think it's going to be really cool, and I think it's going to breathe a little bit of life back into the game, at least for a little bit, when it comes to this specific area of the game. And I think everybody that I've talked to has said this is long overdue. It's about time we get a bonus week that's actually beneficial to the mark side, with us earning marks in game, not buying them. Two very different things. So while the marketplace discounts are nice, that is not earning marks in game. That is buying marks in game. Not the same thing. So I'm glad to see that everybody who really wants that, it'll give them an opportunity to finally really finish up things that they still have left over. So I think that's going to be really cool. Let me make sure I'm not in league chat while I'm doing this, even though nobody's in league chat right now. I don't want to be rambling on to myself, or as it seems. Let's see what Chosen said here. I ended up creating my own custom style based on the Incredibles movies a few days ago. He says, I still need a hero name, but that'll fit into the Incredibles universe. Okay. Or you can make even, you can even choose like a name that would seem, to be kind of connected with that. Because a lot of the names that they have for those characters are like very classic in the way that they feel, like very golden age. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get started on it. I see a Red Lantern here running around. Young Chill something. So let's go ahead and take a look at him. Oh, I thought he was a Red Lantern. He just had the red aura and then the Omega back, was still not bad. I do like how he used the electricity with like the gray of the suit. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, that's not bad. And then we got it looks like Steve Rogers here. Are we looking at like I think we're looking at like a blue Flash or something. Let's see. So it's a blue Flash, or maybe it's even like a blue, or maybe they're trying to go for like an indigo Flash or something. You never know. And then we got Arctic Silver Wolf. Looks like they're going for a Captain Atom style. Pretty close. The only head style I'd probably change if they really want to keep like the head style thing going is get the Bostonian brand head style. Then I think you'd be good to go, and it would allow, it would allow for a better hair choice, so it looked like it was actually like a skin. Let me see who else. Moving down here, so we got Jones. Let's take a look here. It looks like he's trying to do a black lightning style. So even though this is based on like the new like character, it does have like a feel of what the character was like in the newest season of Young Justice. Has the same feel with like the hair and the mask kind of tie that together. All right. We got villain over here. There we go. And of course, I like that. I like the wraps and the two different greens, and then you have the elf ears that are kind of pointing out. Very nice. Somebody sent me a tell here. They said, "What style chest is that?" Okay. Astro Slimline. There we go. Okay. I have Josia here saying, "Hey, Iconic, love your content. I'm in front of you. I'm electrical." Okay. Let's look at electrical. So it's a... See, this is the head style I'm talking about with what Arctic Wolf should get is the Bostonian brand. Have the metal on that, you'd be good to go. That'd be a better head style for sure. And this is a good material. This is a material I kind of recommend to people if they don't have the Star Sapphire materials, because this is the only other material in the game that's pink, that's free, and you can get with like source marks. And it'll still kind of give you some sort of like a Star Sapphire kind of like feel to it. So that's kind of what I recommend. That's the Cursed Coral Chroma. It's very nice chrome. It's kind of like the poor man's bioluminescent material, but it's very nice material. It's got a lot of details to it. Then we got Yara Floor. And I believe this is one of those Wonder Woman characters. I think one of those alternate Wonder Woman characters, because this looks somewhat familiar. It's not bad. It's pretty nice. Only thing that I'm not crazy about is the clipping with the hair and the tiara there. Not too crazy about that though. But in one of those situations, you probably don't really have that much of a, you don't have much of a choice. You want them to work so well, and they just don't. So you have to go your second or third options if that's even an option. So we have a General Zod character putting his own spin on the villain. And then let's look at the guy right next to him, David Hyde. Did I pass him by? Did he? Yep, there he is. So it looks like a Black Manta. I gotta say that the shaded comic really does work well for this, because it makes the suit really dark, and that kind of gives it, it still gives it kind of like a little bit of sheen to it, but it's on the muted side, so that it lets the headpiece and the back piece kind of stick out more with like their brightness. Yeah. Let me see what else. We've got... Let's look at U.S. Agent. I don't know if I've seen him before. I don't know. Maybe I've seen him before, but maybe he's using like different materials, maybe? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Maybe he's just using different materials. I got Red Knight saying hello, everybody. Welcome, Red Knight. Welcome to chat. Chosen says, I can't think of any hero names, to be honest. Well, she wears a blue suit, and she's got a star on her chest. So, you could, I don't know, you could say like, you could choose like Star Lass or the Blue Spangler or something like that. You have a whole bunch of different, um, or so you have so many things that you could choose from in terms of like names. I mean, and those are kind of ones I have off the top of my head, but there's so many other ones that you could probably come up with that would add a lot to it. I mean, heck, if you really need some good some good like opinions on it, or like choices to kind of choose from, just go into like Grok or Chat GPT, and you'll get yourself kind of an idea of what name you want it to be. Just put it, just you could put the photo of your character in there, or you can go ahead and like say, okay, they're wearing a blue suit, they have a star for an emblem, blah blah blah. This is this, list it off and say, okay, what would be like great options to choose from for like names, and it'll bring out all these different names that you could go ahead and like possibly use. Make sure, say like, oh, she's also a hero, so she's not a villain. You know, so there's all sorts of things you can kind of choose. We got Israel DC. Saw him pop up. Got Ursula Sinistra. Very interesting. Trying to find it. Okay, I can't find it. I'm just gonna go straight to the Justice League Wonder Woman here. See, now for me, it's like on this suit. It seems like the black is just too dark. Like, look at that. It obscures the chest style so much. I wish it didn't do that, because now you're losing so many details on that. I mean, that's a really smooth chest style, so you can see it gloss right over it, but man, you're losing so much detail because of that. Yeah, it kind of sucks. Israel DC. So this is kind of cool. It's kind of like night influence. And I think we've seen this one before. And then we got Silver Herald. So that's obviously based on like the Silver Surfer. Maybe it's like an Elseworld storyline, like a dystopian future or something like that. Did I see Gorilla? No, okay. I had seen Gorilla Grodd. I didn't see the actual Gorilla character. Yeah, so this is really cool. I like this. This is really creative. Yeah, very creative. Let's see, and then we got the Atlantean. I like this a lot. This reminds me of one of Aquaman's storylines where he ends up looking like this. I don't remember the exact storyline, but it looks almost just like the actual style. So actually, I think that's great. Yeah, very nice. Very nice choice in the chest style and the shoulder style. They both look like they were made out of the same suit and they were both part of the same set, but they're not. They are literally, I don't know, like 8 to 10 years apart in their creation, but with that with that glossy finish put on top of them, they both look like they were both made together. So very nice. The details match really well. The only way I could possibly see you improving this is if they had the Wonder Woman bracers instead of these Wonder Girl ones, but that's a minor kind of like gripe. It's not a big deal. But otherwise, really nice style. It's the little details that make a lot of styles. We got GSA Wonder Woman over here with her GSA Wonder Woman style. Very nice. I like how they use like the slight bluish tinge on the bracers. Very nice. All right. Let's see. We have I Am Iron Man over here. Man, the only thing is, like, you have this right here. It's white and it breaks the immersion because you can see it doesn't even, it's not red, doesn't blend in with the suit. And I don't know. I think we got much better headpieces at this point than the classic tech head. I mean, it works for some, but you have to have complete color control over this to make that worth it. Let's see what else. We got Borgie over here. The name's kind of fun. Alright, so we have Jacob Carther. So what's this, an outfit discussion? We are taking a look at different people in the community and what styles they've come up with. Hence the name of the video, Community Spotlight. So that is what we are doing today. This is the 32nd episode of it. I try to do it every week. Sometimes it's every other week, but for the most part, I try to do it every week on Sundays from 6:30 to like 7:30-ish. That's kind of the window, about an hour. But yeah, that is the general idea of this live stream. Yep. What up, Count? How's it going? Welcome to chat. So we've got Borgie here. Very nice. Let's see here. Did we got Yara Floor? Did they change this again? We'll take a look at this. Yeah, very nice. We got ourselves a Star Sapphire here. Star Sapphire inspired. Very nice. Okay. Let me get a little more altitude. So we got Clarky over here. Very nice. New Kryptonian wear, pretty much. I like how they're using the shoulder style for the emblem on the chest. Cause I mean, I think the Kryptonian militia style needed a little something for quite a while, and I think that shoulder style works really well with that. Alright, and then we've got, let me see who else. We got Superman DCA. Let's take a look at him. It looks like he's a Kryptonian Superman. Yep, here we go. Kryptonian Superman. I love this. Yeah. Yeah, this is the stuff I like to see. It is utterly ruthless, but it's awesome. Like, this is a villain style through and through. Yeah, very nice. Alright, and then we got Raiden over here. Let's Supposed to be a Raiden style from Mortal Kombat. Very nice. It's like a gender bender on that one. And then we've got, who is this over here? Oh, I got yeeted out here. Give me a sec. Forgot I wasn't on my hero for this one. But my villain has far more styles. Usually when I go on my hero, I have to think of something on the spot to kind of dress him up as or whatever and kind of go around. But then again, he doesn't really have much to contribute in terms of styles. He's just kind of got like the basics and stuff. So I was looking at the... Is it Anthony Matthew? No, but we'll take a look at this guy anyway. So we got a Batman style here. Seems kind of hardcore. If he used the legs on there, I think it'd be really cool as well, because he's got the enhanced chest, but not the enhanced legs. But man, that shading does look nice for the chest. I can't quite tell. I think it, yeah, okay. Got, okay, Anthony Stark, that's who I'm looking at. I got chosen here saying, I don't know if I should choose between Stargale or Starburst for the hero name. Maybe Stargale? Starburst is the candy here, or at least in the United States it is. Starburst is the candy. I don't know. When somebody, but that might make your name maybe easier to remember if it's named after a sweet, I guess. Yeah. So that might actually work in your favor. All right. What else is coming up? We got Polaris here. Is this Polaris from X-Men? If it is this isn't a suit I recognize, but yeah, it probably is. Alright, and then we got Invisible Woman, or Women. Looks like they're still working on it. And then we got Gwenny over here. I don't know, this definitely feels like an Emma Frost style. If it is, very nice. I could definitely tell. And then we got the DCU Supergirl over here. So all I need is just a Superman emblem. That and maybe like a material for the skirt or something that kind of update that old texture on it. And then we got Lorgan Imura. Definitely looks like one of the cultists from one of the Chaos God cultists from Warhammer 40K. Definitely has that feel to it, that aesthetic, like in the game. So if that's kind of the general idea, very nice. Because the Egyptian kind of like imagery and whatnot with like the battle armor, whatever, definitely has like that feel to it. Chosen says, I forgot the Starburst was a candy brand, to be completely honest. Yeah. But yeah, you could always refresh the options that they kind of throw out there, or even kind of tweak them to what you want. Like if you want to add blue to the name, or kind of shuffle things around, you can also do that. So there's a lot of things you can do to kind of stack the deck in your favor in terms of what kind of name you want to give them for that style or whatnot. We got Mueller something. It's, yeah, I'm not going to be able to say all that, but. So we got a Wonder Woman style going on here. I kind of like it. That's a very nice style. I like how they're using the burnished bronze chroma. I'm a very big fan of that chroma. Definitely one of the more creative chromas to use. If you know your colors and kind of use them to your advantage. Let me see here. Let's see what else we have. Clark Kent over here. So Absolute Superman right there. And then let me see here. We got Quar-El. If I didn't miss it, here we go. I like all these different Kryptonian styles. Ones that definitely go outside the box of what you would expect for Kryptonian styles. Like you basically have a guy in a slimline that has like these giant like metal prosthetics that he has on, obviously for like a battle situation or whatnot. So I think that's kind of cool. Very nice. All right. Bishop Warford said, "Are you just jumping from person to person?" Actually, I'm choosing styles that I think I haven't seen before or names I haven't seen before, and what piques my interest. That's what I'm doing. Yep. So if your name is interesting, I'm going to think that maybe your style might be cool, and I'll take a look at it. Or if your style looks cool from where I am, then I'll take a look at it and really see what's going on there. Whatever piques my interest. I try to not do too many repeats of the same styles. I kind of encourage like people to show something new. Because I mean, you don't want to have the same stream going on every week and it's always like the same styles. I'd like to really mix it up, have it diversified, and so I really like to kind of show off like newcomers and people that come around that have something different going on. So that's kind of my idea. Yep. Let's see. Allison Blair. I don't think I've seen them before. Definitely looks like an X-Men character. It probably is. Very nice though. Let's see. And then we got Akira Sekiro. I actually like this. I can't quite put my finger on why I like it, but I really like it. I think it's just very even-handed on all of its colors. It's not just one material. It looks like it's a bunch of different materials, or at least the coloring's really good on it. I don't know. It's just got a good look to it. So, very nice. Let's see what else we have. I already looked at GSA. Wonder Woman. Let me make sure I'm not missing out on anybody here. So we got Carol Ferris DC. Let's take a look at them. I think this might be the classic version of Carol Ferris. They got a cape rocking on over there. And then Villain, what's he got going on? He just changed it. Kind of looks like a tech cultist or something there. Yeah, not bad. Very nice head style though. Wink wink. And then we got, alright, let's see, we got the Master Mysterio. Let's take a look at it. them. I was talking about how somebody used a different head style instead of this Mysterio one. Let me see if I can find that. So they had a different head style. They used the let me see. They used that snowman head style. Let me see if I can find it. And they went ahead and they put the, here we go, Mecha Snowman, but they did this, and then for the head, all right, so it's the first one. Okay, we'll do second one on there, and then they use the blue smoke, and I thought they did a really good job on it. See, look at this, bam. Of course, you take the face style off and the back so it doesn't, see, look at that. That's a pretty good Mysterio head right there. Very nice. So that's what they did, and I thought that was really cool. So and it's kind of like those other versions where his helmet is very much more up and it's off his shoulders, and it's kind of, it's like a true fishbowl. So I thought that was really cool when they went ahead and made that. So I thought that was, you know, kind of thinking outside the box there. I got chosen here saying, what do you think the style will look like with the shaded comic material I'm getting at the end of this year? It should look pretty good, and I kind of tell people, I'm like, hey, if you don't have the shaded comic, it's going to be a really good deal to get it as a reward at the end of this year. It's something you should probably choose. Now, if you've never gotten a Wolfpack token before, and you can see it as a major upgrade because you don't really spend a lot of money in the game, in terms of like, you know, you don't want to spend money in the game or whatnot for like artifacts and stuff like that, then I would recommend you go ahead and you get the Wolfpack token. Because I think even though the shaded will have you looking nice, I think the Wolfpack token in general will be more beneficial to you if that's so it really matters on your situation, right? That's how I kind of see it. Because to me, a shaded comic is worth more than a Wolfpack. Because for me, getting a shaded comic is technically harder than a Wolfpack. Wolfpack, you can just get it from the marketplace as long as you know you save up the cash and whatnot. That's not really a problem for you. But if it's like a shaded comic, well, people, it's not available anymore, and you'll be charged an arm and a leg by third-party, you know, players going ahead and selling them. So it's kind of up to their discretion. Much harder to get. So it's better to, or at least to me, it's better to just get a shaded comic, because I have 4 characters that I actually like pretty much run, if anything, and 3 out of 4 already have it. So this will be my 4th one finally getting his shaded comic. So for me, that's just the harder one to get. But for you, it may not even really matter. You may want, you know, to get the Wolfpack because it's still going to be more beneficial to you. You know, if you don't see yourself, you know, dropping the sort of cash to get it like the way it is already anyway. I have Adrian. Hey Adrian, what's up? He says, Iconic, thinking of making an angelic type character. Which material and aura do you recommend for that? There's one material I would think of, but it's not available right now. So if you were an angelic character, I would say it would probably be best to use the, because I can show you right now. So what I'm wearing right now for an aura is the glorious aura, I believe. I mean, you could take my word for it. I know it's a glorious aura. There you go. But if you don't have that, the free version of that you can get with source marks, what I recommend is the divine aura. That's still a very nice aura. You know, you could go for that. Or, oh, I mean, those are pretty much your best options right there. But you can also go a step further for your material. You can get the glorious material. I think that's a really good one. If you can't get the glorious material, you can also, like glorious material here, you can do the glorious material. You know, has those 3 parts. Or you could do the free version, kinda, that you can get with the source marks. It's the heavenly material. Here it is. I know he's here somewhere. So it's not as flashy, but it still has some really nice like elements to it. If you want something kind of angelic, in a sense. Buddy Green, boy, I haven't seen that name in a little while. I've been meaning to send you a text, buddy, or a DM, but life's been what it's been, right? He says asking iconic what style he's wearing is like asking the Pope to talk about Christianity. Oh jeez, oh gee, oh no. Godzilla Burn says, which lantern core would you say you see the least of? I feel like you don't see a lot of yellow, which is kind of surprising considering you can have it as a power. You don't see yellow a lot just because a lot more people are Green Lanterns because they're heroes in the game. Yellow Lanterns are the villain equivalent of the Green Lanterns in the game. So the ones that I think you don't see enough of, and it's funny enough, are the Orange Lanterns because Larfleeze is the only one of the Orange Lantern Corps. But I don't even think you see a lot of his construct core members running around a lot. So you don't even see that. So I think that's a good one. And Indigo Corps, the Indigo tribe, you don't see a lot of them either. So it's Orange Lantern and Indigo. Those are the ones I think you don't really see a lot of. Maybe Blue Lanterns, because you only see Brother Worth and Saint Walker. Like I hate to say it, they don't include a lot of the like big members when it comes to like the game. I feel like they should add a lot more of the established like main characters of the Lantern Corps. I think they should add a lot more of them in there, and they just simply don't. And I think it's just that they're just constrained for time, and then that would just mean that they'd have to have somebody else voice act for it, or have to include someone else to voice act for it. So you're just very restricted. And there's possibly like also like the DC side of it, where they have to get okay from DC for not only the voice but the appearance of the character and blah 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 and all that other stuff that I probably don't even know about. So it's a whole thing, but I think Orange Lanterns and Indigo are probably the ones that you see the least amount of like screen time in the game for. And I think Red Lanterns are getting to that point as well. Because when's the last time that you've actually seen anything to do with Red Lanterns in the game? Like, you don't. Like, when's the last time you've seen Atrocitus or Vice or Bleeze in the game, like, doing something? I think the last time you saw any of them doing that was, like, Fight for the Light. Or War of Light. Yeah. But he said, okay, here's, Bishop says, try the Reborn Shoulders for your, style trust. It's good for Dr. Fate Talisman. Let me see. I wouldn't be able to do it. I wouldn't be able to do it on this character, and here's why. It's a really good idea. It's a really good idea, but here's why. Right now, the styles that I have, like I'd probably have to do it to where it's colored on its own. That would probably work. But the only reason why I can't use like materials on it, because look, there you go. That's why. It sucks. But it's because I'm hiding the other colors. So I would have to do something like this where it's simply just the plain color, but then it'll clip through the cape. So I'll have to take a look at it. But I wanted to have a style that was just focused on the material, that would show off the material. That was kind of the idea of it. But it's a very valid point. It's a really good point. Let me see. Buddy says, I honestly don't know anyone in 13 years of playing DCUO that's more knowledgeable about the game. It was one of those things when I first started where I was like, oh, what are these? These are styles. So you mean I can change my character, and then changing the colors, and before you know it, I can look at almost any style, and know what it is off the bat. The only thing that gets me is the exact wording for some of them. Like for the vampire headpiece, it's specifically the vampiric visage. So, like, things like that. So when I respond to people's videos, sometimes I gotta Google that stuff to make sure I get the exact... Like, I'll put, like, vampire head DCUO or whatever, look it up in Google, make sure I get the exact style, because I'm like, I don't want to be, like, commenting on something and then it's wrong, and then they try to Google it and it doesn't really come up right because it's, you know, that's not how it is in the game. Because then they can't even look it up on the wiki, because it, you know, because it won't have the style name. So, yeah. So I try to make sure that that's at least right. But if I don't know it, I'll just say I don't know it. But most of the time, I think I got it down pat for the most part. This one's really nice. This is a really nice Black Adam. I like how they use the hands and the belt. They look like really similar to each other in terms of like almost looking like they come from like the same set. Yeah, and I like the eyes that have the same blue color as like the accessory lightning bolt. So very nice. You know, and they kept it all blue. They didn't have any weird like yellow or anything coming out. It was the blue, so it looks like the power of the blue accessory is also like the power in the eyes. So I think that's really good. And then they went for the minimalistic approach of having the burnished bronze chroma and then just showing the outlines and trying to make sure that they were all very similar in like appearance. So very nice, very tasteful. You got Buddy here. He says, I consider Iconic one of the best people I've ever met in life, not just a game. We've been friends for a decade now, and if you're lucky enough to have him in a group, you'll pass what you're doing. Yeah, Buddy Green in game, I've known him for years. I remember him when I was in Evil Kings back in the day. Funny enough, the first couple years, I didn't really know him. He didn't really know me, and we actually didn't get along very well the first beginning. And then after a couple years later, we started running together, and all those misconceptions went away. So and it's been a blast ever since. He's not really on the game much anymore, but when he is, you know, everybody's trying to at least say hello and see if he needs anything. But you know, for very you know, for very specific reasons, he's not always able to get on, but he tries when he can. But yeah, I consider him a good friend, and you know, he's a really cool person. All right. We got King Orange over here. Got himself an Aquaman character. And I like that they use the new see that? That's the new Undersea Monarch belt. I mean the Undersea Monarch chroma on the Aquaman belt. Very nice. Like that's a nice detail there. I like that. That's nice. Now if only there was a chest style that only had one single like color palette thing that didn't have like a thing around the neck like Astro, then he could probably use like I think the scales would be more consistent, and I think he could probably use the new chroma for like the chest piece if it was, you know, if it was something to where it was, I don't know, easier to tint. you know, with one color, which that one has like two. All right, then we got Adam Brazier here. I'm trying to see. I don't know. I don't know how he got that. I'll have to try that. I don't know how he got the jacket to have the or maybe it's just the shading. I don't know. He like I know this is the green, the like the will whatever the will chroma, the tune shaded will full chroma, but I don't know how he got it like a tan. Maybe it's because of how it just lays on the jacket. Yeah, let me try that for a second. So we've got the super rebellious jacket, and then we put the. You got the shaded willful, so I think it's one. Yeah, so for some reason wearing the willful, it has a white swatch on it, but it makes it tan. Maybe it's just the I think it has to do with the lighting in this zone that it's going ahead and giving you like a tan appearance. But probably if you went into like the House of Legends, it wouldn't look like that. Because usually you only get a light like weird color like that unless it's like over like a hairstyle or something. It'll like dilute the it'll put all three colors that are from that chroma on the hair, but then it dilutes them all because they're all on the same object. And so then you get like a really weird weak color on it. So we got ourselves like a Loki character. Classic Loki. If only the horns went straight up. But I mean that's probably the best that he has at the moment. You know, that has somewhat a look of the classic character. David says, "Oh, look at Alexa Blue Night Flame. It's very cool." Okay, let me take a look then. Let me see if I can find them. All right, here we go. Okay, it's a Boo character. It is a Majin Buu character. The only thing though is he could probably use the pink material. He probably doesn't have the pink material. That's why. But you know. But otherwise, it's not bad. I think the belt is. I think the belt is what I would use. Or there's. Or no, I use the Champion of Kondak belt. But you could also use this belt if you really wanted the M, which that's not bad. Bracers, you could use just about any bracers that we have in the game for the most part. But yeah, it's not bad. He's a little on the purple side. Needs to be a little more pink, but I mean, it's not horrible. We got Nightmare Jester Quinn. Did I see them already? No, I didn't. Man, this is a crazy style. Man, they are all over the place. I don't even know where to look on this style. Got the Batman boots with the little batarangs on it. Got the you got the condiments and the grilling tongs on the one side. And you got the cyborg bionic head on there. Yeah, that's crazy. Well, they definitely live up to their name. And then we've got Dr. Fate over here, and not mine. It's another one. I know they're close enough. There we go. Here they are. Dr. Fate, and they got their reborn shoulders on there with the talisman. Not bad. And they're using the. I want to say that's a star patched material. Very nice. Yeah, that's a really nice material. It's very underrated. It's really good for like a cosmic character. You can make a really good like cosmic boy with that. Very nice material. It's like if we didn't have the cosmic material, like I think that would be the next best thing. Like I think that's kind of the free version of the cosmic material for people that don't want to spend a crazy amount for like a premium bundle, you know, a premium box. You know, like if you got a couple characters, why are you gonna do that? Like you're not. It's you don't need to. And then you got a uncanny Mrs. Gray over here. Looks like we have a dragon character here. Here we go. I made a Medusa style with the wild chroma one time, and I forget what skin I used, but I basically had like the tentacle head thing on there, and it looked pretty good. I think I used this skin because I wanted the like the snake-like appearance of a gorgon and whatnot. Very nice. All right, let me see. And then we've got turned bats over here. Looks to be like a armored Batman character. I really like the gauntlets. They use the old brawling weapon style from the digital like gadgets pack in the marketplace. Let me see what else. Who else? Okay, so we got Zhu Yang over there, or Zhao Yang. There we go. Very nice. All right, I think I've seen just about. Okay, let me see. I got O'Hara M here. I think I'm gonna look at O'Hara M, and then I'm gonna go ahead and drop down a few. Going to drop down a few phases. Let me see. You got Israel DC. Okay, after Israel DC, I'll drop down to other phases. Okay, so he's just further refining this suit. Okay, all right. Let's fly up. Nope, not high enough. Alright, so we've got, let's see what really holds up here. So we got Soups over here. Soups 2006. Superman character. And he's got that that mock Superman emblem, but I mean it's better than nothing, right? I mean, back in the day, now I'm gonna sound like an old man here, but back in the day, we didn't have an old Superman emblem. We had to use a shield emblem and color it white and yellow and red, and kind of squint, and then it would look like a Superman emblem. Yeah, that's what we did back in the day. So, they definitely have a lot more options nowadays. So, a lot more options. And then we got Cheater here, looking like a banger as always. Yeah, very nice. Very nice style. Let's see. And we got Voltron Shock over here. Miles Yuku. So we got ourselves pretty much like a Flash style going on here. Alright. We got iCable Offspring or Dayspring. So this is a Cable character. Very nice. Let me see what else. Alright, so I'm going to look at lathe, and then I'm going to go ahead and drop down to the last phase. Alright. Ooh, what's this? Oh, look at that. Who's that? Well, now that you're here, I'm going to have to take a look at your style here. It's a butler! Okay, alright. Let me see here. Really Classic says outside of stalwart, that's the best chest you can use for Superman. Yes, for the most part. The only other style I can think of that you could use for Superman that has a big emblem would be the Fugonaut Counselor. That's the only one I would really think of that you could probably use. That's like, that would be, you know, kind of on par with what you're looking for. And then you got Nervous Morning Star here. Black Lantern. Alright. And then Buddy says, if you get this message, I'll hit you up soon. I'm hoping I'll be able to get on the game soon. Fingers crossed. Alright. Alrighty. Well, I look forward to it, buddy. You let me know. Alright. Let's look at Apocalypse Meow. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get back to the first phase, and if I can't, then I'll drop down to the second phase, look at one or two more styles, and then I think I'll call it a stream. Just want to give the last few style looks, and then I think we'll call it a stream here. So we got ourselves, let me see what's looking good over here right now. So we got ourselves an Ion John over here, so let's go ahead and take a look at him real quick. And he's right next to me, shouldn't be all the way down that list. There we go. So we got John Stewart here. Reminds me of the Green Lantern style I got going. I got one going with the new chromas. If you saw my video that I did recently, when I'm basically soloing Strike Team, you'll see that I was wearing my Red Lantern style. My Green Lantern style is literally just the opposite of that, or rather the inverse of that, but it's just the Green Lantern. So, you know, you just change it from red to green, and that's basically the style I'm wearing. I mean, I'll pop it here in a sec. Let's see, and then we got Hal J over here. Very nice. Let's see. One more. Trying to pick someone that I have not seen yet. Alright, I'm gonna look at Bum over here. Alrighty, and there you go. Let me go ahead and switch to my Green Lantern style so I can show that off real quick. I think this is the armory. I apologize if it isn't. Oh, give him a wave, boys. Alright, so there you go. Here's my Green Lantern style. It looks pretty nice, pretty shiny, very smooth. Okie doke. Well, I appreciate y'all for coming out, hanging out on the Sunday. Go ahead and enjoy the rest of your Sunday before we trudge back into the regular old work week. Um, but at least we know that at the end of the tunnel, Tuesday, we got ourselves a little bit of excitement midway through the week. So be sure to tune in for that. And I will see you all in the next one. Laters.